What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're here with another KnightScape video. For today's video, we're going to be doing my top 10 bossing perks that you should get in order from 1 through 10. Before we get started with the video, we're going to be doing our today's videos giveaway, which is going to be 5 store credit tokens to the first 3 people to comment down below what perks they're gonna want to buy with it, or just comment down below I win, and then you can write down what perks you want to buy. If not, just I win is good enough. And then I will make sure you leave your in-game name, because I will be contacting you guys in-game once I picked 3 winners that got there first. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe and have those notifications turned on, so you're one of the first ones to comment down below on these KnightScape videos, because for every video from here on out, we're going to be doing little giveaways from stored credits like today, to weapons, to gear, to coins, donator ranks, all that stuff. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. But let's get straight into this video. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 10 perks I recommend in order related to bossing. It's going to be a 2-part video, because the second part we're going to be doing perks related to skilling. For this one, it's perks related to bossing. So first perk I recommend is going to be the pet loot perk. Let me just open the vote store. Oh, wrong one. The first one I would highly recommend getting is the pet loot perk. Obviously this one kind of requires you to have a pet. In my personal opinion, it's super easy to get a pet, either from skilling, the Squeal of Fortune, to just bossing, or even donating for a pet. But definitely, if you guys already have a pet, it's really highly recommended to get this one, just because the pet's gonna loot everything for you, send it to the bank. So it just helps with how fast you get your kills. You're not worrying about or stressing about picking up your loot. The pet will be able to do that all for you. That's the first one I would highly recommend, and that one is going to be 10 credits to get. So you do get, I believe, 10 credits to start. But yeah, this is definitely one of the ones I would highly recommend doing. The only ones it doesn't do are coins and your charms, because those are different perks that you can get through the credit system. The second one I would highly recommend is getting the D Companion perk. What that one does, it's another pet perk, but this one, your pet will deal damage to whatever you're fighting. This one goes by ranks, by levels, because your pet also progresses as you use them for bossing and all that stuff as you go. So the more higher level it is, the more damage you'll do. So it just helps you with bossing, doing a little bit more damage, getting your kills faster. I highly recommend these two. Like I said, for these, you can kind of skip if you don't have a pet yet. But these are definitely my top 2 to go for, just because it helps you out so much when it comes to bossing. Third perk I would highly recommend is getting the Stagger Stun perk. Stagger/Stun perk. Which this one, all it does, it gives you the ability to have a permanent chance to stun your enemy for 3 seconds. 3 seconds doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're doing some high level bossing with low level gear, it's definitely going to help you guys out by stunning. It basically stuns any boss, so there's no boss that's immune to this. So it gives you 3 seconds, to eat up, pot up, whatever you got to do. If your prayer goes off, which I had that happen to me so many times, it gives you time to resupply your prayer, put it back on, all that stuff. So this is a highly recommended one in my opinion, just because it has helped me get out of some tough spots. So it's definitely up there on my top 10 list. Number 4, perk 4 that I would highly recommend is Overclock. Overclock is, let's see, where is it? Overclock, all it allows you is basically your aura times are now doubled, and the recharge time that it takes is now cut in half. So reason I highly recommend this one is because you can use Vampirism, which is what's called an aura that when you activate, it just kind of works like Soul Split. For every a certain amount of damage you do to a boss, you get health back. So if you don't have a 5k ring and you're trying to do high level bosses, it's definitely worth it because it'll allow you to stay in those bosses for a little bit longer of time, and you'll have less time to wait for your aura to reactivate or recharge. Perk 5 I would recommend is the bonfire perk. This perk, what it does, it basically gives you extra health. It is a fire making perk. If I can find it, where is it? Oh, there it is. So it is a fire making perk skill. It helps you with your fire making and all that, but if you guys aren't familiar, anytime you throw fire into a bonfire, it increases your health, and this one is stacks up and your bonfire increases to 200%. So that boost you get is a 200% boost. So it's definitely worth it. Gives you a little bit more health, and it just kind of works with your other stuff like your soul split and, like I said, the vampirism aura that you can get. So it just gives you a higher rate of survivability when it comes to bossing. I know once you get to the higher end gear and all that, you really don't need any of that stuff, but it does help when you're low level bossing. You don't have the best gear and taking a little bit more damage than other people. So these are just definitely worth it when it comes to any sort of bossing, from low tier to almost the bottom once you start collecting end game gear. So that's why it's on my list as number 6. Number 7 on my list is the summoning expert perk. What this one allows you to do is, if you don't have a pet and you don't plan on getting a pet through donating, or you're just having a hard time trying to get one through bossing or skilling, what this allows you is to basically use the Steel Titan. What this does, it gives your familiar 50% higher time spawn, and also increases their health by 25%. So your Steel Titan can tank certain mobs, which allows you to basically kind of take less damage while he's taking damage, and it allows him to survive a little bit longer and stay, the timer for it stays a little bit longer with certain bosses that he won't take as much damage to. So this is why I recommend it. Like I mentioned, it just helps you with bossing a little bit easier, especially if you can't get a pet. Using the Steel Titan with summoning will help you out a lot. And this does, basically get your kills a little bit faster. Like I mentioned, what we're trying to throw out there right now with these perks is just kind of what's going to help you with survivability, what's going to help you with killing bosses faster. The more bosses you kill, the faster you kill a boss, the more loot you potentially get per hour. So that's kind of what all these perks are about, and that's why I'm ranking them from 1 through 10. Because some of them are for survivability, which is the main thing we're looking for, and some are just helping you with, how faster you can kill certain bosses. So number 8 on the list is going to be Annihilator. What Annihilator does is it gives you a higher chance to damage nearby enemies. You don't require any ability that gives that gives how can I say, like a splash damage. What's that? Ice barrage. Like, it doesn't require ice barrage to do a splash damage to nearby enemies. It just allows you to deal damage to nearby enemies. I said percentage, I think, but no. So all it does is it basically gives you a higher chance for enemies nearby to take damage from, when you're attacking your main boss or whatever, NPC you're killing. Number 9 on the list that I recommend is the God War Specialist. This one helps you with getting your mid-tier gear a little bit faster. It removes this kill count requirement at all the God War bosses, so you basically go straight into the boss rooms, instead of getting the kill counts, which, especially if you don't have the bank command or high level gear to start out with right away, you're not going to be stuck there, fighting those and consuming whatever you bring, whether it's food, pots, all that stuff. So it's definitely helpful when it comes to getting geared up right away. Number 10 on the list, which is the last one, is the Dragon Trainer perk. What this perk does, it permanently puts the anti-dragon shield on your person. You don't need to carry the pots or the shield when doing certain, bosses that do fire damage on you. It automatically takes that perk that you get, I guess, from that ability from the pots and the anti-fire shield, and activates it on your character. So let's see if I can just find it here for you guys to see. No, I saw it right here. So yeah, like I mentioned, you no longer require that anti-dragon shield. It automatically applies to your character, so you can use whatever shield you want, and you no longer need to carry anti-fire pots with you. So it's definitely, like I said, just helpful for survivability. It's one of the last ones, just because, the only ones that you really have to worry about are dragons and Queen Black Dragon or King Black Dragon. So it's not, one of the must-have, but it's definitely going to help you with survivability, just because you don't have to deal with those. There are some other ones that I didn't want to explain too much, but definitely you guys can look into them yourselves. Some of these are going to be added to the skilling one that I'm going to be doing, the skilling video with perks, and that is going to be Charm Collector, Coin Collector. Those two how they sound. Pet Chanter, which increases the percentage you get from bosses to get their pets. Heart of Tarask, if I'm saying that properly, which just increases your HP regeneration while resting in between boss kills. Player owned port or own port master, increasing your player owned port stats when it comes to percentage of what you get per thing. And the Hazelmere Luck, if I'm saying that properly. Where is it? I think it's one of the bottom ones. There it is. Which this one, we do have double drop in certain times. Right now, I believe it is disabled. But when it is disabled, this gives you a 1 in 250 chance to double your drop on one kill. And these are just extra ones that once you collect the first top 10, you can definitely start using these. So I think number 9 and number 10 on the list, which is God War Specialist and Dragon Trainer, can be changed for Charm Collector and Coin Collector, just because, like I said, the Pet Loot one, it just allows you to not collect your charms. Not waste time collecting your items. It all does it for you. So I tend to be lazy with that. So definitely these do help me out a lot. And like I mentioned, you can change God War Specialist and Dragon Trainer with Charm Collector for number 9 and number 10 being Coin Collector. But yeah, other than that, that's all for this video, guys. Like I mentioned, I will be doing a part 2 for this, which is going to include my top 10 perks to get for skilling. That's going to be based on, what skills take the longest to level up. As an expert, what skills are going to be, what perks are going to be helping those skills, be a little bit faster, and just kind of get there to, max level, because we are going to be going to completionist, but that video won't be coming out for a while, just because we're going to be testing out those perks as we are leveling up to get max levels for our completionist cape, which we're so close to getting. I just hit like 210 next kills, which we need 250 for those, and I think I'm still stuck at like 16 kills for Virago, which we need 50. So I'm gonna be skilling for a bit, and like I said, I'll be using those perks, and whatever information I get from those, I'll be using in the video for my top 10 perks to definitely buy in order for skilling. But other than that, that's all for this video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope it did help you guys out make up your mind when it comes to what perks to buy out. And other than that, leave a like always, comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.